If I had turned my back that day, maybe I would still have everything I lost. Loyalty was my most expensive mistake. My name is Henry Wallace. I am 83 years old. I don't usually wear this anymore. This jersey is heavy, and it's not just because the fabric is different from what they use today. You see those kids on television running around in light, synthetic materials that look like paper. But this one is from 1964. It's thick, heavy cotton, a stiff fabric we used to call dureen. The long sleeves with the red and white stripes squeeze my arms, even though they're half of what they once were. The royal blue is still dark, deep, almost aggressive. There's nothing fragile about it. It's armor from a time when American football was pure collision, bone against bone. I hold this cap in my hands with the red buffalo frozen in place, no movement embroidered on the front panel. It's clean because it stayed stored in a shoebox at the bottom of my closet for 57 years. I don't wear it because it no longer fits the head of the man I became. I live here in Buffalo, in the state of New York, where winter seems to last 9 months. I look out the window now and see the snow piled up, the same snow that covered the city when my life ended. Not my physical life. My heart kept beating. My lungs kept pulling in the cold air from Lake Erie. But the Henry Wallace who had a future, that man died on a Tuesday night, on an icy back road covered in black ice. Today, my routine is silence. I wake up at 5 in the morning, a habit from my days at the steel mill that I never managed to lose. I make my coffee black, strong, and sit in the living room armchair looking at the empty street. Sometimes the mailman waves, sometimes no one passes for hours. The only things that visit me regularly are the pain in my left knee and my right shoulder, souvenirs from the hits I took defending the yard line. But those physical pains are honest. They are the price of work. The pain that doesn't let me sleep is another one. I needed to tell this, because the man you saw in old newspapers, the man they called troubled, reckless, never really existed. In the 60s, being a black man playing professionally meant walking a very thin line. You could be a hero on Sunday afternoon inside the stadium with 40,000 people screaming your name. But on Monday, if you walked into the wrong restaurant or looked at the wrong person, you were just another black man who needed to know his place. We had a code among ourselves, the black players on the team. There were few of us. We had to protect each other. And there was this guy. I'll call him Thomas. Thomas was the star quarterback, the face of the franchise, the smile that sold tickets. He was fast, charismatic, and white. But he treated me like a brother. At least, that's what he said when he needed me to block for him, or when he needed to borrow money because he had blown his paycheck on gambling. I believed in that brotherhood. I was the linebacker, the defense, the guard dog. My job was to clear the path, to take down anyone who tried to hurt the team. I took that off the field. Little by little, I started covering his tracks, a bar fight that I claimed I had started. A woman who showed up yelling at practice, and I said it was my problem. I thought I was protecting the team. I thought loyalty was the most valuable currency a man could have. Then came that night in December of 1964. We had won an important game. The city was celebrating. Thomas drank. He drank far more than a man who needed to drive should drink. I told him I would take him home. He insisted on driving the new car, a convertible he loved to show off even in the cold. He laughed, said he was untouchable. I was in the passenger seat when the car skidded. It wasn't a big crash, it was a dull sound, a dry thud. When we got out in the middle of the snow, there was a man lying on the ground, a railroad worker who had been walking home. He wasn't moving, the panic in Thomas's eyes. I had never seen anything like it. He didn't see a person on the ground. He saw his contract torn apart. He saw his fame disappearing. He grabbed my jacket, this same heavy jacket I'm wearing now, and started to cry. He said, "Henry, they're going to destroy me. I'm the face of all this. You're strong. You can take it. They won't be hard on you. Please, brother, Please." I looked at the man on the ground. Then I looked at Thomas. And I made the choice that cursed the next 50 years of my life. I told him to leave. I told him to run through the woods to the main road and call a taxi. I stayed. When the police arrived, I was sitting on the hood of the car, waiting. I said I was driving. I said I lost control. The man survived, thank God, but was left with permanent injuries. But my career? It ended right there. The team didn't want a black defender involved in scandals of reckless driving and bodily injury. I was cut. The league put me on an unofficial blacklist. No one returned my calls. Thomas, he went on, played for 8 more years, won awards, became a television commentator after he retired. I waited. In the first months, I waited for him to call. I waited for him to say, "Thank you, Henry." Or maybe to send some help since I was burning through my savings on lawyers. The phone never rang. I went to work at the Bethlehem steel mill. I traded applause for the roar of furnaces and the sound of metal crashing. I worked double shifts, 12, 14 hours a day, my body crushed, cleaning slag from molten steel. The hardest part wasn't losing the money or the fame. It was watching my wife, Sarah. She knew the truth. I told her on the first night. She begged me to speak up. She said, "Henry, the truth sets you free." And I said, "I gave my word, Sarah. He's my brother." She stayed by my side because she was a woman of faith and unbreakable character, but I saw her respect for me die a little more every day. Not because I went to jail or lost my job, but because I was a coward disguised as a hero. She saw that I valued the reputation of a lying man more than the future of our family. Blind loyalty cost me the peace inside my own home. Sarah passed away 10 years ago. Thomas didn't even send flowers. I heard he died last year in a mansion in Florida, surrounded by grandchildren and trophies. Today, when I go to the barbershop on Jefferson Street, the younger guys look at the old photos on the wall and see the team from that era. They point and say, "That team was legendary." They don't know that the man sweeping the floor or sitting in the corner with hands calloused by steel and grease is number 55 in the picture. They don't know that I sold my soul for a gratitude that never came. I look at this cap in my hands. It represents a time when I believed the world was fair, that if you sacrificed yourself for someone, the universe would pay you back twice over. That is a lie. The universe owes nothing to anyone, and people take what you offer and ask for more. If you're listening to me now, maybe you're young. Maybe you have a friend, a boss, a partner for whom you'd put your hand in the fire. Be careful. I wish I had known the difference between being loyal and being used. I thought I had time to reclaim my honor. I thought the truth would surface on its own. It doesn't. A lie, if well told and well protected, becomes history. And the truth becomes nothing more than the grumbling of a bitter old man. Don't be the martyr in someone else's story. I'm going to take this jersey off now. It itches, it's too hot, and it smells like a past I should have burned. I'll fold it carefully, put it back in the box with this cap. Tomorrow is trash pickup day. Maybe I'll have the courage to leave it on the curb, maybe not, but at least, for the first time in 57 years, I said it out loud. It wasn't my fault. I was not driving that car. And if this meant something to you, if you're carrying a weight that isn't yours, let it go. Let it go before you reach 83 years old and realize you carried a stone your entire life just to build someone else's castle.